What a dreary day. On the positive side, I think Trek has managed to fix our issues with frame rate loss and a whatever it is, of our frame rates. I could sit in front of my AE system and just idle just like this for maybe 10 minutes or so, and my frames would drop almost all the way to like 1 frame per second, which is not good. So he did something. I don't know what it is, but he managed to, I think, fix it because my frame rates are now pretty constantly in the 30s, possibly higher. So happy about that. We are going to do a few things today. This is kind of going to be a quick hits, I think, episode. A lot of things that I need to get done, but kind of don't fit in a big, like big project kind of thing. One of which was we had a server crash the other day, so I've been messing around with the Tinker's Construct stuff. A couple of my items got lost, so I ended up recreating them, which led me to look at some of the other stuff that goes on in Tinker's Construct. And there's been something that I've been wanting to do for a while, but it's always been such a pain because you have to use the smelter to do it, and that is to get heart canisters. And the heart canisters essentially give you extra hearts on your heart bar. And what they do is they turn each extra heart that you have yellow. And I can show you. So down here you have 10 hearts. So you got 10, that's your health. And when you add a canister, it makes one of those yellow or orange so that it represents an extra one. So right now I've got 19 out of 20. And what I'm going to do is finish doing that and make a set for Garrick's as well. And the recipe for these is a jeweled apple, which is an apple surrounded by diamonds. Oops. A necrotic bone, which you get from wither skeletons. An empty canister, which is 4 aluminum ingots. And the miniature red hearts. And the miniature red hearts you get from mob drops. And we've got a bunch of those, so I'm not too worried about that. The pain in the butt part is the empty canisters. So they require aluminum ingots. And unlike in Ultimate, aluminum ingots you have to use in a smelter. So when you smelt or process aluminum ore, for example, so you go mining, you get aluminum ore. And what you do is you stick that aluminum ore into a smelting. You can either put it in here, into one of these smelters, or you can actually smelt it in a furnace in the base, and that's what we have been doing. So when you smelt it from the base, you get raw aluminum. And raw aluminum you stick into the smelter here, and it turns it into molten aluminum, and then you make it into ingots. And what I'm doing here is I've got a redstone timer, which pulses, I believe, once a second or once a cycle. I can't remember. Nuts. It's a constant signal that comes out of it, though. It's like pulse, pulse, pulse. And I think it's once a second. I don't think it's once a tick. I think that's too fast. So we're putting this into ingot casts, and I think we're almost done. Might have 1 or 2 more. And then we'll go back and we will make the remainder, the last canister that I need, and then we'll make a set for Garrick's. And a full set is 10 canisters. There we go. We're all done. Perfect. So I've got my particles turned off so that I don't hear the rain. And alright, so let's go in here. Oops, that's right. It puts them in my backpack. So put those in the system. So for the canisters, I don't think I have any jeweled apples. Okay, so I need to make aluminum. So let's make 11 canisters. Oh, there's 10, and there's 11. Oh, come on. Oh, that's right. It was canister. Okay. And now we need to make 11 jeweled apples. There we go. And then we click on the canister and we shift click the question mark. And there we go. So we'll make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And those will be for Garrick's. And this one's for me. Now, what you do with these is you go into your inventory and you click on your armor tab. And you'll see that there's a slot specifically for your heart canisters. And if you watch the heart thing down here, come on, don't prove me to be a liar. Okay, there we go. So I don't know why it does this. I found that when you put that canister on, I think you have to eat something or you have to have full saturation. I guess I didn't there, so it didn't give me the full heart. But there you go. That's the recipe. And now I have 10 extra hearts, so I've got 20 hearts total, which is awesome. So I'm going to put these in a chest, and I will mail them off to Garrick's later on. So that is one task down. Very good. So the next project that I wanted to tackle was one that actually just recently came up. And it was when I was over fighting in our spawner tower, not our tower, our tree, with the withers. And I noticed there was a lot of stuff falling on the ground. And I wasn't getting any necrotic bones. And I wasn't sure if they were even dropping or if they were dropping on the ground and I was missing them. I don't know. So to make certain that I'm making sure that I get all of the drops that I possibly can, I think I want to put some hoppers in the floor and put in a little bit of a system so that I can make sure that I'm getting all of the drops that I need. And what I'll do is I'll have them automatically feed into our system. So let us get some hoppers. And we're probably going to need a lot. Alright, so let's head over to the spawner. And let's get this going. So last time I was over here, I died a couple of times. Okay. So we're going to... what I'm trying to avoid... Did I? Oh, I did. I need to replace the light over there. So when I'm sitting here and I'm fighting these guys, I have things hitting the floor here, and I have... Oh. Okay, I'll dig that up. That's not a problem. And what this was going to be some sort of automated system, but I have since changed my mind. So we'll probably grab all of this equipment and take it back with us. In fact, let me do that right now. None of it was powered on anyway. And we'll grab that, and we will grab this. Okay. And let's stick this back in my bag here. And I think I need digger's pack. Gonna need some cobblestone to fill that in. Okay. So that I think that's going to be a temporary fill because I would like to keep the wood kind of theme going down here. But until then, we'll just leave that the way it is. So what I'm going to do, and I believe this mechanic has remained in 1.5, Feed the Beast, is I'm going to put half slabs up here, and then under the half slabs I'm going to put some hoppers. And I believe that the half slabs will allow items to drop through. So let us make some half slabs. And we're going to make them with the redwood planks. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Oh, you know what? I don't think the redwood root will allow me to make planks. It doesn't. So well, okay, so we've got redwood up there. I think what I will do is, regardless, I'm going to make the redwood planks. And I don't think I'm going to need more than that. So we're talking about the floor. So it's going to look a little bit more of a contrast, but that is okay. I don't mind that one bit. Oops. Oh. So one of the bugs that I've seen with these planks, with the redwood planks, is, and I think even just not the planks, but the slabs. Although I do think it also applies to the slabs, to the planks. Oh my lord. Is that when you break them, they turn into these pink eucalyptus things. There you go. And it looks as though you can break them really easy. I didn't know that. So this one here, there's going to be, I think, items that are going to stick there. And I don't think there's any way around. Well, actually, no. So when I'm here, you know what? I need to be consistent with it. I'll have to figure that one out later, because that's going to be a little bit of a puzzler there. Okay. So we've got all these planks. Now we need to... So this is where it drops down. I wonder if this will work. Okay, so let me clear this out, and we'll be right back to start arranging the hoppers. Okay, we got this cleared out now, and what I think I've elected to do for up here is we're gonna leave the perch that they're gonna land on, but I'm going to get rid of a block right behind them and use a slab. So this is going to be the block they fall on. And then there's going to be a slab right here. So there's a little opening that I think should work okay. Or we may not get everything, but we'll get pretty much everything that we really want. So we'll stick a hopper here. Am I already out of slabs? Wow, I am. Oh, I'm not going to need any more. What am I talking about? Okay. So now we want to put the hoppers in. And I think what I need to do first is I need to put a block down. Actually, I'm not going to have to put a block down. So I want this first hopper just to come right down and go into chest. Right there. And then we stick the second hopper into the chest. Now everything else is going to feed into this guy. And I guess we can just put everything into the next one. Now the reason I'm doing the entire floor is in case I have problems like I did before. And the problems that I had before were that my computer would crash when I was coming back here. And what would happen is I would have items all over the place. And they even got over to this side and they even got over to that side. So if I put the whole floor, I'm not going to miss anything and I won't have to worry about my inventory clogging up. And trying to recover my knapsack because that drops every time you die. Even though I am a hero on this server, and heroes have the privilege of having all of their items retain upon death, they don't retain the knapsack. So it's kind of a pain when you die and you have to go recover your knapsack. Right. And I think I might run out of hoppers. Wow. Didn't think that would happen. Alright. So I'm going to put one here, but it's not going to make a difference. No, it's not going to make a difference. But I need to get the items over there anyway, but no, I'm going to put it here. That's a solid block above there, so nothing will ever get into that hopper. So it's not a concern. So we will do this, and we will do this, and we'll do this, and we'll do this, 2, 3. So these guys here are right by the door, and I don't think it will be an issue. I don't think having them at the door, but just in case, I'm going to go back and I'm going to make 3 more hoppers just because I know that those 3 will be missing and it would bug me to no end. It is overkill, I understand that. However, we have the materials, so it's not a showstopper by any means. Okay, so I think, this is good. So I can spruce this up later. So what I want to do now is we have these hoppers coming into the chest. Now what I want to do is I want to have the chest pulling out. Oh, I didn't know those interfaces. Interesting. I might not need the chest. Well, that'd be great. So if we have... Well, let's try this. So we'll stick a diamond pipe into a chest. Let's see if that works. Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good. What do we got here? Let's chuck our eucalyptus ones down here. Oh, are you gonna prove? Are you kidding me? Do they have to be stone slabs? I wonder. Well, that kind of bites. So now I'm going to have all these eucalyptus slabs. Nuts. Well, let's see if that worked. At least if the mechanic is working. Doesn't look like it. And if I look in this guy here... Yeah, okay. So I do need to have an autarkic gate. So let's put our wooden pipe there. I think that's backwards. It is. Okay. Put the wooden pipe, and then we put an autarkic gate. And if inventory is... So if we have items in the inventory, and send a pulse. There we go. Alright, so now let's do this. And I don't want to have anything there. So I'm going to need another one of these. Or am I? I'm not. I am not. I can just use a diamond gate. Or a diamond pipe here. So we want to have... everything go to the void. Unless... it is a necrotic bone or a wither skull. And that's supposed to be red, not blue. There we go. So that should be all I need. Now I'm going to replace this chest with an ender chest that goes back into our inventory system. And I'll spruce up the bottom here, and I will also add 3 more of these hoppers. But I need to figure out why the slabs are not working. I thought the mechanic was that you could put a half slab on top of here. Oh, you know what? They might have to be right there. I wonder if that works. Haha. It does. So that has to be right above it. Oh, God. Killing me, man. Killing me. Bark. There. Holy crap. And now we want to have a slab here. I could probably replace that with a different kind of slab. But I think this should be okay. But I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab a couple more hoppers. And then we will come back here and I'll fix up the basement there. And I'll also bring with me a safari net. And I'm going to see if one of these guys actually will kill me or not. So I will be back in a minute. Alright, we are back. And... why is this not working? Oh, nuts. Damn it. I lost all that crap to the void. Oh, man. So that was at least one hopper I lost. That's not good. Let's leave that the way it is. I've got the ender chest with me, but we're not going to use it yet. And I completely did not grab a skeleton with the safari net, but what I will do is not that. What I will do is go turn the spawner on and let a couple drop down there, and let's see if they escape or not. That should be enough. Alright, let's see what we got going here. So that's good. And they can't hurt me. So we're not going to get any items that fall on this guy here, which is fine, I think. So I am not getting those items, but they are falling down into the pit down here. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I do want the coal. So... and I don't have any on me. But we did get a wither skeleton skull, which is awesome. Alright, so we will drop down our ender chest, and I think we're gonna... That's it for this little project. I'll come back later and stick the coal in there, but this is done. Actually, you know what? Let me go back to base just to confirm. So I'll probably do the coal here. Coal. And we have how many skulls? So we have 47 in inventory. So let's go back. And okay, and we have we have to set the filter first, otherwise we'll lose it again. Coal. All right. So we have 47 in inventory. And now that we have coal there, so we can 48, 49. Ah, and of course it lands right on that stupid thing. Alright, so let's 48, 49. Alright, so let's go back. $47, $49, bingo! Sweet. All right, so that works beautifully. So that's another little project out of the way. Damn, this is awesome. Knocking them down. All right, let's see what else we can get done. And we are once again back in front of our AE board. One quick thing that I wanted to take care of. Way back in episode 0 of season 2, we did a quick adventure to the Promised Land, and we used something called the Ancient Staff. And what I didn't do was show you how to build it, because Garrix had already actually built it, and I just used it, so I didn't know how it was built. But what we ended up with, and I think it's still in here, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there we go. So you end up with a depleted Ancient Staff after you use it. So, but if you want to create your own portal to the Promised Land, it's really simple. The recipe actually is in NEI. But basically it's 3 components. So you need to have the Ancient Staff, and it's made up of the Ancient Staff handle, the Ancient Staff pole, and the topper. So the handle is made of endstone, tanzanite, and sapphire. Where do you get tanzanite from? Do I even have any of that? Tanzanite. Got 12 of it. I don't know where you get it from, but you need tanzanite. So you need endstone, tanzanite, and a sapphire, blue sapphire, which you can get just mining. And then for the pole, you need apatite, which is I don't think you can use. You can't use the apatite that you use in the other apatite. You have to use this one. And peridot, which is found copiously in when you're mining, and endstone, and that will give you your staff pole. And then for the topper, you need to have ruby and topaz, and you top it off with a nether star. And then when you combine all those three together, you get your ancient staff. And all you need to do is right-click it wherever you want the promised land to appear above. So if I wanted the promised land to kind of be centered above this thing here, I would click in this block right here, and that's where it would show up. So you can. So when you do that, as I said, you get the pleated ancient staff. So what you can do is, if you wanted to create another one, and we do want to create another one, so I will put this in here. I believe all you need to do is stick another star on top of it, and it will give you a full ancient staff. So now we have an ancient staff that we can use. And we are going to not use this. We're going to wait for Garrick's. We are going to put that ancient staff to use over in our magic base. So we're going to have two different portals to the Promised Land. And I guess you can do that however many times you want. So that is pretty neat. So I know that had been a request by a couple of folks way back from the first time that we did it in episode 0. And now that we have done it, there we go. Another one off the list. All right, let's see if I can do another one without coming back and standing in front of the board. Okay, I couldn't do it. Had to come back to the panel. So the next thing that we wanted to tackle is something that's also been on my list for a long time, and that is to put in the Unifier. And that is a block from Mine Factory Reloaded. And this is the recipe for it. And we get a Unifier. And what this will do is allow us to convert our ores from basically to a standard type of ore. So you know you've got different flavors of tin, and you've got different flavors of copper, and so on. So what this will do is it will allow you to unify them so that you only have one type of that particular ore, which helps with the AE system because that reduces an entire item slot. So what we're going to do is stick this back here, and I think I'm going to leave it. I don't know if I want to leave it back here. No, I'm going to put it in the corner here. So this is the Unifier. That's the interface. And we'll go through that in a sec. So what we want to do is... Okay, so we've got the power back here. There we go. So let's grab ourselves some redstone conduit. 20 should be plenty. Okay. Does this feed off of... I wonder. Maybe it doesn't need power at all. Well, let's find out, shall we? Okay, so we're going to need some AME cable. And 19 should be okay. And we're going to need a precision export bus because we're going to want to export a bunch of items. and we're going to use just a basic import bus because everything that we have that it creates or converts, we want to pull all of that in. So this is going to be precision. No. Yeah, precision export and basic import. Very good. So we are going to run this back here. And I'm going to do an export. I think we're going to export to the top. And we're going to import from the back. And I guess I need to connect those two. There we go. So the Unifier, it doesn't just do ingots and things. It also does liquid. But we're not going to mess with the liquid. We just want to worry about our ores. So let me see. What do we got here? So if... Let's see. We got tin, right? So we've got one type of tin. And we've got two types of tin. And I think that's all we have. Now, the one that I think we care about is the blue one. We don't care about this one here. And then we also want to grab copper. And this is the one we want to care about. And this is the one we don't care about. So let's do this. So this is what we're converting from, and this is what we're converting to. And I think the other one was silver, but I don't think we've ever come across the other silver. So I think these are the only two. Lead might be the other one. Iron, we've only got one type of iron. Tin, we've only got one type of gold. Silver, steel. There might be... No. Nope, that's it. Just those two. So, what we do is we want to... Okay, so in this preference box, this is what we want. So we want this copper. And we want this tin. And then we are going to export. Probably didn't need to go all the way back over there. We're going to export this type of tin and this type of copper. And as you can see, it's converting it. And if we look at our inventory, we should see this tin going down. Now, the reason we have so much of this tin is because of the ore berries. The ore berries get smelted down into nuggets, and those nuggets get combined into ingots, and those ingots are this type of tin. So we want to convert them to the other one that we can mine so that we have a standard type of tin. So this is going down, and if we go into... If we pull up tin, this one's going up. So this is working great. And that was a simple fix. Loving it. So let me put this back together here. Close it back up. Don't need to see all that stuff. There we go. Actually, I think there. Yeah, that's fine. No, it's not. It's going to bug me. Until we actually have a machine there, that's fine. We'll probably, if we need to expand our auto workbenches, we'll stick those back there too. But that's it. Unifier, done. And I think that's all of the little projects that I wanted to take care of today. And, yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad to get those off my list. They're not going to bug me anymore. So let me know if there's anything else that you've seen around the base that you think might be able to be improved upon, let me know. But until then, take care. And there's a bunch of other things that we've got planned or that I'd like to take care of. But I think some of it would involve Garrick's. And obviously, we're going to continue working on the village and some of the other things. But there are some adventure type things that we want to get through, like going to Twilight and doing some of that stuff that really takes two people, or be more fun with two people. So I want to do that with Garrick's when he gets back. He's got some, real life stuff that he has to take care of right now, which is, I can understand that because we all have that. So until then, I'm just going to continue working on some of the things around the base that I can work on, and that would include the village. One other thing that I did while I was bored the other day was all of the sand and dirt and stuff that was around the base. I wanted a clean look. So when we look around the base, especially this hill here, it kind of, we called it Tranquility because it's quiet, and it just kind of speaks to somewhere you go to relax, and it almost has, we joke about it, but it's kind of Paradise Island kind of feel. So what we're going to do is probably put some, I don't know, not Roman, but Romany, Greeky kind of columny buildings up, just to kind of make it look like a paradise kind of deal. And that included making the water like crystal clear. And to do that, over here, I put in quarried stone. So it's pretty white. It's like marble before you spelted it on the old Ultimate. It's not quite as clean, but it looks nice. So we've got more the quarried stone here, and then on the other side of the bridge here, we just switched over to, and you can barely see it, but from above, you can't even really tell the difference. But on this side, it's all sand. And it looks really clean and really nice. I like it. We're not sure what this is going to look like, or I'm not sure. So I just kind of left this the way it was. And I thought that was a block. Buzz off. And over here, I don't know. I could probably put sand over there, but I've been kind of toying with some ideas for this area here, especially in the context of the aqueduct that I was talking about a couple episodes ago. So I don't know if I want to put a mill there that, theoretically gets the water up to the aqueduct, because there's nothing up here that would spawn water unless we put a fountain up here, which is another option. So it would be like a spring, and that would feed, and we could actually put that right here for that matter. So that would feed the aqueduct, but then I don't want to have a big bulky thing kind of going across the base here. So I don't know what I want to do with that. I know I want to have an aqueduct in, but now that I think about putting it in, I don't know where I would put it. I mean, it would be great to have it over here, but I think it would eat into the area that's going to be the tree farm. So I don't know. I don't know. We could also put the mill down here, flatten this out, and make this all the farmland up here, and this would be what the aqueduct would feed, or flatten this hill down, I don't know. Something like that. So maybe that's what we'll do, and keep it over here. And if I do that, then I think it stands to reason that this might not be as pristine as the rest of the lake, just because it's going to be kind of an industrial, not industrial, but I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like. But that was one of the things that I had done over the last couple of days as well, was convert this to sand and convert that over there to the quarried stone. And that's going to go all the way to the waterfalls. And then over here, I think I left it with the dirt here because this is kind of going to be a pond area. And it's kind of meant to look a little more rustic and natural. So it's not going to be as pristine. And we'll probably do something with the sand, either get rid of it or, um, you know, shape it a little better. Because I think this is going to be where we're going to have a little boat. So this might be a little dock area. I don't know. There's lots of ideas floating around in my head that I haven't really fleshed out. But I think we're just going to leave that natural, au natural. And I replaced, I didn't, I was just kind of flying around the other day. I guess it was yesterday. And I noticed these things sticking up out of one of the biomes over there. And I was like, what the hell is that? They didn't look like the sugar cane. And I thought, oh, well, what is this? So I went over and thought they might have been dried sugar cane or something. And it turns out that these are actually reeds. And the reeds is what I really want over here, because this is supposed to be kind of a swampy area. So I replaced the sugar cane with the reeds, and this looks pretty awesome. I like it a lot better than I do the reeds, because the reeds just, or the sugar cane, it stood out too much. So with the reeds there, it looks pretty cool. I'm very happy with how that turned out. Put some flowers down here, spiffed it up. So I'm happy. I'm a happy camper. And last thing before we go, there's a note from Garrix. He likes this one the best. So, I guess that means we're going to put this one in, because I was undecided. I was thinking this one here, or this one, or this one. Not really feeling that one the more I look at it. So it would be either this or this, and I think this one looks too blocky. So I am good with this. So this is what we're going to use. And we're not going to use it exceedingly. We're just going to use it kind of in this area, possibly in one or two other areas. But I want to use magnum torches around the base. Oh, they just turned off. I want to use magnum torches around the base, and I want to come up with some sort of special structure for them. But I don't know what that will be yet. So I'll have to figure that out. So hopefully this episode was not too boring. I got a lot accomplished, so I'm quite happy with it. But if I'm curious to hear your comments, and hopefully you learned something from it, as always. And until next episode, please take care, and we will see you soon.